Over here when we're good to go.
What's up, guys? We're getting locked and loaded, setting everything up. It's Titan Lifestyles, Big Drew, and it's Friday.
Here we go, and we are live.
What's up, guys? This is Big Drew. It's Titan Lifestyle. It's Friday. I'm live in Orlando. As you guys know, we have the Florida State tomorrow. Deke Warner Show, as always, sponsored by titanmedical. It's going to be a great event. Can't wait to see the competitors. I want to see what we got for supers. I'm always looking out for my fellow super heavyweights, so it's going to be a great show. Again, it's beautiful weather out here in Orlando. As always, at the Hyatt, the show's at the Rosen Plaza. Guys, if you want to check out the show tomorrow, Rosen Plaza. And also, we're going to be at check-ins. So if you want to come check me out, check the girls out at check-ins, that's today at the Rosen Plaza as well. It's going to be at 5 p.m. So come by, grab a t-shirt, hit the iPad. What's up, John? We got John on there. What's up, John? We got Fitness DMK. We got a lot of people checking in right now. Want to give a shout out to my brother from another mother, John Tsikouris. He's out handling some business right now, doing business owner stuff. We got some big stuff coming up here at Titan Medical, which is always good. So we're going to jump into these topics, you guys. We got some crazy ones today. But first, let's start out with our therapy of the week, which is NAD. If you guys aren't familiar with what NAD is, energy, mental focus, clarity, cellular regeneration, repair. I don't know if you guys, a lot of people are familiar with Adderall. A lot of people aren't prescribed Adderall, but they take it for the effects that it gives them. This will give you similar effects to Adderall, but you're not going to get the appetite suppressant. I know a lot of bodybuilders in general, they'll take Adderall for, even when it's not prescribed, which you shouldn't take anything not prescribed, but a lot of bodybuilders will take Adderall to keep them in the gym longer, or keep them focused, or keep them going with what they do. But what happens is that suppresses your appetite. So now you have all this energy to work out all day long and get stuff done what you need to do, but then you have no appetite, so you're basically going crazy all day. Now with NAD, you're not going to have that problem. It's an injectable form, so you're not going to have to worry about interfering with your stomach, your heart rate, indigestion, all that stuff. So it's basically painless. You use a 30 gauge half-inch needle. I am real smooth, basically don't feel anything. And again, you're not going to have to worry about having stomach problems, because a lot of times when I take orals, I hate orals. Anybody that knows Drew, I hate orals. I'll take injections over orals any day. I don't like having that feeling in my stomach. And a lot of times too, when I take an oral, if I take a tablet and then drink a bunch of water and then eat food, if I go use the restroom, I feel like I'm losing that in the toilet, literally losing it, my milligrams or micrograms or whatever it is. Whereas if you take a IM or even a sub-Q, depending on the therapy, you don't have to worry about that problem. But NAD is a great therapy, guys. It's therapy of the week. Again, if you guys are using tablets or something to keep you focused all day long, NAD is definitely the way to go. It's going to help you guys with school. It's going to help you guys with work. It's going to help you guys with your workouts. It's going to help you guys just have a better when you're rested and recovered, you have a great day. So a lot of times people don't realize, why am I in a great mood today? It's probably because you got nutrition and proper rest yesterday, which is making you in a great mood today. So NAD is great for that. I love it. It keeps me focused, keeps me going. When I have an event where I have to be on my feet all day long, or even stuff like this, I have to do this today, and then I have to go to check-ins, then we may have something tonight, and then tomorrow it's back for prejudging, and then it's something else, and then it's back. So that stuff keeps me going all day long. Now, let's get back into these topics. We got a lot of crazy ones. First one is, I know you guys, you're always worried about dropping your car off at the dealership. You know, what are these dealerships doing, or even car places doing when you drop your car off? Crazy story, guys. A girl brings her car in. She had a Ford Escape, I believe. Brand new car. Brought it in for the oil change. You know, if you go get a car, they say, you get free oil changes for a year or whatever it works. Bottom line is she goes in to get her free oil change, drops the truck off, or the car, whatever you want to call it, Ford Escape. Comes back 2 hours later or 3 hours later, whenever the time they told her to come back. Once the oil change was done, car was totaled. Car was totaled. So to make a long story short, I mean, you guys could pretty much figure out what it was. They took the car, whoever was at the dealership or their auto place, they took it for a test drive. They got help, came back. Now this is the curveball. When she got, if I showed up to a dealership where I bought my truck or car and the car's totaled and I know it's their fault, I'm really not going to stress it. I'm like, oh, they messed it up. It's here. This is where I bought. They're going to fix it. To make a long story short, they were basically like, oh well, it's not our fault. It was the other person's fault. Pretty much, oh well. So I mean, she had to fight it and do what she had to do, and it was a headache. She got it taken care of. But when I first heard that story, I mean, I would my temper would definitely show if I went into a dealership and my car that I just bought, just paid good money for, was totaled. It's their fault. And then, actually, we got Hulk Squad on here right now. Shout out to Hulk Squad. Hulk Squad is actually saying this actually happened to me. If you got a minute, just real quick, just give me a quick description of what happened. And if you had to pay or the dealership ended paying. But yeah, it's a crazy story, guys. I mean, I always wonder what people are doing with the cars. I had a Dodge back in the day, probably like 10 or 15 years ago. And I used to work at this doctor's office. And when the people would come in once a week and everybody drops off their cars, the car cleaning guy would come in and he would wash everybody's cars. One day he said, oh, I need to take your car to wash it. I questioned, why are you taking my car to wash it when you have all your equipment in the truck to do it out here? To make a long story short, he was gone in my car all day. He didn't come back. I got off work at like 5 or 5:30. He didn't get back. I was calling him. He didn't get back till like 7 o'clock. And when he showed up, the gas light was on and it didn't smell right. The car wasn't running right. And it was just a crazy situation because all I got was a car wash and I had him tint out my windows. So I don't know what he did, but you guys got to be careful who you give your car to, because I look at it as, it could be a scam thing. It could be a situation where, you someone says they have a service, they take your car, and then now they go commit a crime in your car, then they drop it off to you, and now it's coming back to you. That car's in your name, that plate's in your name, so who knows what people are doing when they take your cars. Be careful who you drop it off to, and always, whether you're at a doctor's office, whether you're at a car dealership, whether you're signing a contract, always read the fine print. And also check with your insurance company too, because there's so many different types of insurance. One insurance, we got it. The other insurance, oh well. So I mean, always make sure. Here we go. Hulk Squad said he needed a car re-inspected, and during their inspection, they were driving the car, which doesn't need to be done, and they actually crossed the yellow line and hit another car, totaling the car. So, and then he said the value of the car was $3,200. Whether it's $3,200 or $32,000, I mean, they total your car. That's crazy. I mean, I'm sure this has happened more than just these couple times I'm hearing about. I mean, this is the first time I'm bringing it up to you guys. We already have people saying it's happened to them. I would be mad. And also too, if you guys, they have waiting areas at these dealerships and stuff, don't be afraid to sit there and watch. I mean, I know big dealerships, sometimes they'll have a window where it's open, where you could sit in the waiting room and see the cars being worked on or serviced. I'll sit right there and watch them if I have to, because that is crazy to think that someone else totals your car and they say, oh well. And not only that, the reputation of the dealership or whatever it was, I mean, I'm sure they're losing sales and losing money because of that. That's just a bad way to handle business. They make so much money at those dealerships, they should have just had it fixed before she even came back. They should have notified her. They should have said, look, we took your car for a test drive. It got hit. It was damaged. It'll be fixed when you get here. They didn't really have to go into details. The car was totaled and all this stuff. They're at the dealership. They could fix everything anyways. But it's crazy. Crazy. Who we got on here? Let's give some shout outs real quick. We got Hulk Squad. We got Strength Addicts. We got Shine Deep. Who's that? Fleet Stark Zoob. I'm not sure who that is. I know John was on here. Someone saying the dealer should have garage keepers liability. That's true. It's very true.
We got Pack Animal Fitness on.
Pack Animal Fitness. Shout out to Mac. Oh, Bam. I haven't seen Bam in a while. With my boy Bam up in New York. Shredded beast right there. You got to come back down here, man. Let's get a workout in. Everybody's on. We got a lot of people on both sides. This is good. Let's jump into the next topic, guys.
Real quick, Drew, we got a good question here. So, how long, IFBB Pro Kimbo Fit Wellness, how long do you wait after a competition to get blood checked and start process with your company? Pretty sure we can start.
We could start right away. First of all, shout out to Kim for tuning in today. We appreciate that. I love having pros on here. That's what it's all about. But she's basically asking how quick can you start your blood work and all that after your show. You could literally compete, like we have a show tomorrow, which is Saturday. You could compete Saturday and come see us on a Monday. There's really no time period in between. The one thing I will say is you might want to get your blood work checked after your show and then have it checked again, because depending on what you did prepping for your show, whether it's hormones, whether it's food, diet, that makes a huge difference. So you want to get your blood work done as soon as you're done with your show to figure out where you're at after the show is over. And then also you might want to get it done again to see if it's where it's going from there. Because chances are halfway through your prep, your blood work's going to be different as at the end of the prep because of the supplementation, because of what you're doing to your body. So again, you can come right in after the show. It could be the next day. There's really no time period. I would say the sooner the better, just to figure out where you're at. And that way you'll have a proper rebound. We can help you out with the rebound. We can help you out if it's estrogen related, hormone related. We can help you get back on track. A lot of times people, after they do their show, they'll wait and wait, get out of shape, gain all this weight, get to their quote unquote off-season body. Then they'll come in and get their blood work done. I would advise get it done right after the show, and then again in 3 or 4 months so to figure out where you're at. Someone's asking about Greg. He said, can you talk about ECAA you offer? How much ephedrine is in it? The ephedrine, I believe, is, I'm not sure. I might have to look that one up. But I believe the ephedrine is 30 or 20. I'm not sure. I know the caffeine is 200. I know the aspirin is, and it depends on which 31. It's also we could specify. We can make it, customize it for you. So in other words, we have people that are caffeine sensitive, so they only want 50 milligrams or no caffeine. We're going to have people that are allergic to aspirin, so we could take that part of it. But basically what ECA Plus is, it's ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin, and then the plus, we have that chromium and that B12 in there. So it helps with the B12 and chromium. And again, when you're taking stuff that's an injectable night and day compared to those pink tablets that you're eating all day long.
And the best way to find out how much ephedrine is to call 727-3.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely call 727-389-3220 to figure out the ephedrine. But the ephedrine is different for the doses. Also with the caffeine, we have, they're color-coded. Some of them are all white. Some of them are white and blue. Some of them are white and red. So the dosages are different for each one. And again, we can find one where it works best for you. I was taking the blue and whites. Then I went to the all whites. Now my sweet spot, what I like the best, is the red and whites. Yeah. So if you hear people say red and white or red and blue or all white, that's because they have a little bit of difference of ephedrine, a little bit of difference of caffeine. But we could also customize that too. We can definitely customize it. Now let's get into this waist thing. Have you guys ever felt like you're in shape, especially bodybuilders? Me being a bigger bodybuilder, heavier. When you look at the height weight chart, it's like, I'm 6'3", so it says I'm supposed to weigh 195 pounds, and I'm 295 pounds. So it's like, whenever I look at those charts, according to them, I'm like 90 or 100 pounds overweight. But if I look in the mirror, my body fat's really, really low. So a lot of times people will go off of those, and they'll go in the wrong direction, whether it's up or down, just off of that number rather than looking at the mirror. Now the new thing is the waist to hip or the waist to height ratio. So in other words, if you guys are like say someone who's 70 inches tall. If you're 70 inches tall, half of that is 35 inches. So 35 inches is about where your waist should be at. Once it goes over that, then you would start to become overweight or obese. So for me, I'm 75 inches, 6'3". So half of that would be, quick math, 37.5. So I'm good. My waist is a lot less than 37.5. But according to those charts and according to that stuff, it just says you guys can only... According to that, I'm 100 pounds overweight. So guys, if you want to find out what and the thing is too, I see it a lot of time with women. I'll see women that's like 200 pounds with a flat stomach. Now, if someone sees them on the street, they're going to say, oh, they're in shape. And the reason why they're going to say that is because of their stomach. So even though their legs are really big, arms, whatever, if your stomach is flat and your core is flatter and tighter, you're going to live longer. You're going to have less chances of diabetes. You're going to have a lower body fat percentage. So that's pretty much the way to do it. So anybody who's out there, do that. See how tall you are. If you're 70 inches, half of that is 35. Your waist should be 35. Save for the women. If you're a woman, say if you're 5 feet tall, which is 60 inches, half of that is 30. So, I mean, that's pretty much what I go off of. I'm always trying to get bigger and leaner. So people say how big you want to get. I always say as big as I possibly can get as long as my waist stays tight. I've been saying that for years, and now to see this article, I mean, it's great to see stuff like this because I've seen women literally crying because they feel like they're out of shape because the height and weight chart is off. But then again, they'll have a flat stomach. But just because they're heavier than the average person, it's not about the weight, it's about the body fat percentage, it's about the body mass index, and it's about keeping you healthy so you can live longer. Because the main thing too is the diabetes. People that have a smaller waistline have way less chance of diabetes. So it's not just the height and weight. You could have a woman or a man whose average height, skinny all everywhere, but a wide waist. Now they have a higher chance of diabetes, even though the scale may say that they're the correct weight and they may be the correct height, but their waist needs to be on point. So guys, girls, challenge yourself. Check your height, inches, divide that by 2, and that should be your waistline or less. If it's that or less, good job. Keep it up, keep going. And it is what it is. Shout out to Sophia. Shout out to Street Knowledge. Got a bunch of people. 6'4" Physique. Roger. We got a lot of people on here today. I appreciate all the love, guys. This is good. I love when you guys call in. I love you guys when you're on here asking questions. More questions are better for me. Let's get back into this next topic. Oh, Vegan Fit Chick. What's up, Vegan Fit Chick? A lot of people coming on now. It's good. Next topic. You guys heard about American Airlines duct taping a 13-year-old kid to the seat. I mean, if that was my kid, it'd be some serious problems. But yeah, basically, and the thing that to summarize it quickly, like the kid was autistic too. So once they duct taped him, to make a long story, he wasn't behaving. They said sit down, blah blah blah. Okay, fast forward, they restrained him by using literally duct tape and duct taping him to a seat in front of everybody. Humiliated him in front of everybody. Now the kid was autistic, so he starts freaking out because he's not sure what they're doing.
And the bad thing is he was trying to kick out the windows.
Yeah,
that's the issue,
So I mean, I guess they're saying that the kid was trying to kick out the windows. So basically, pretty much like you'd see in these police shows, and the guy shows up, he's spitting on people, they put him in a straitjacket. They have to restrain him. I understand having to restrain somebody, but to use duct tape on a 13-year-old autistic kid just to restrain him, that's pretty crazy. I mean, I'm seeing lawsuits being flying at this place. If I was the kid's parents, I'd be pissed. I'd be beyond pissed. The kid being autistic, they said he started freaking out when they tried to tape him up because he's not sure what's going on. I mean, imagine you're in a small, compact plane. You have everyone telling you, don't do this, don't do that. And then all of a sudden you got people holding you down, forcing you, and taping you. I mean, that's abuse. To me, that's just straight abuse. It's abuse of power. It's abuse against the kid. There's got to be a better way. And a lot of times I see these issues on these planes. They have to have better security on these planes. I mean, they usually have 1 or 2 people on there that's kind of mixed in with the crowd, but they got to have better security. They even have to maybe even have like a holding cell in the plane, like a smaller place where they could just put the person in there. Then whenever they land, they could take them out of that holding cell. Because again, if you have someone that's violent and acting, quote unquote crazy on the plane, they're literally sitting shoulder to shoulder with everybody else. There's no place to put that person. And you can't just land the plane, take them off, stop everybody else. So I think they should have specific areas on a plane where it's like a holding cell, where if they have, or a holding room, where if they have a situation like that, they can escort the person there. And then once the plane lands and they get everybody safely off the plane, then they can deal with that individual. But yeah, I mean, it's...
Oh, wow. So the Hoax Squad asked where were the parents for this. The mom was she couldn't handle him. And apparently she only had one arm. So they just couldn't handle this kid. I mean, she can't even handle her own kid on the plane. That's crazy. Yeah. Some Kim Fat Ass Haynes. That's a crazy name. But yeah, Kim Fat Ass Haynes. That's the name I'm reading. So I don't want people saying, why'd you call Kim a fat ass? No, I'm reading. That's her handle. It's a crazy handle. I like it though. It's Kim Fat Ass Haynes. She said this was a child. Yes, it was a 13-year-old child, 13-year-old autistic child. She said, I'd freak out if you take me up. Makes sense.
Yeah, it would. I don't know. I would hate to be there and see that because I'd probably try to intervene. I mean, I'm not a violent person like that, but I'd probably be like, what's going on? Talk to the kid. Yeah. There's got to be better security on planes. I see it all the time. What's going to happen? You're up in the air and someone starts acting crazy. You got to be able to way to handle that. You need an area where you can put them in there and just figure it out doing it that way.
All right, you want to talk about the film state?
Yes. Let's talk about why I'm here, why I'm in beautiful Orlando once again. I swear I've been at this hotel like probably 10 times in the past less than a year. I love this place. The Rosen is across the street. The show is at the Rosen Plaza. It's the Florida State show. Deke Warner show. Deke always has great shows. But yeah, it's going to be a great show. Come by the Titan booth. touch the iPad. All we need is your name and email. You can get a free t-shirt. Come talk to me. Come talk to girls about the products. A lot of times when I see people at these events, they'll come by, say hello real quick, and leave. Hang around at the booth. Stay around for a while. Talk to me. Talk to the girls. I got the information for you guys. So if you guys want to come by, you don't have that much time to talk to me here. Come by, talk to me, ask me about, what do I like? What do you like? We can just talk about our experiences with Titan. I can tell you, what I think is going to work best for you. But yes, Florida State here in Orlando, tomorrow at the Rosen Plaza. Today is check-ins. That's at 5 p.m. So we'll be there too at the Titan booth. If you want to come see me, you want to come see Art, come see the girls at check-ins, get a free t-shirt, take some pictures, chop it up. That's great too. I love food. So anybody wants to bring some food to the check-ins, you might get a free t-shirt if I get some free food. So, yeah, it's going to be a great time, guys. Great time. Also, Titan events coming up. Next week we have, I believe next week, where are we at? August with Festivals of Speed, I believe, next week.
Let me pull it up.
But Festivals of Speed, we had a little bit of an issue, guys. We're trying to figure out some stuff with that to be determined.
That's a St. Pete Art and Fashion Show. On the 18th, we have WCFL MMA Fight Night.
MMA Fight Night. That's going to be next week.
September 18th. Yeah. September 18th.
Oh, September 18th. And then next week, I believe, is the festivals. We have the Jeep show coming up, too.
No, we already did that one. So it's WCFL on the 18th. Then they have the
Fight Night.
Yeah, then they have the Hall of Fame on the 19th, the day after.
Nice.
So that's a black tie affair. That's gonna be
nice, guys. I love the Fight Nights. WCFL, they always put on a great show. They always take care of us, give us VIP to VIP treatment. So.
St. Pete Art and Fashion Week pushed back to be announced, and then October 7th.
Yeah.
Olympia.
That's right. October 7th is Olympia. Again, the St. Pete Art and Fashion Show was pushed back. We had a little bit of issue with the promoter. Not a bad issue, just trying to figure everything out. But yeah, so we're gonna give you guys a specific date and time with that. And then obviously the Super Bowl of bodybuilding, the Olympia, we'll be right back, literally right back here at this hotel again. I swear, I love this hotel. We'll be here, that's October 7th. October 7th through the 10th, the Olympia. Orange County Convention Center. Huge convention center, guys. Plenty of place to walk around. And I got personal information from one of the guys that's doing the expo. This year is going to be huge. Last year was a little bit different with the pandemic, trying to figure everything out. This year it's going to be big. The expo is going to be big. We got a little special thing going on. So it's going to be a great time back in here, Orlando. And that's October 7th. Once again, I'm Big Drew. This is Titan Lifestyle. If you guys got any questions, shoot them to me. I'll be on here for a couple more minutes. Every week, we're on here at 2 p.m. John's out right now taking care of some stuff, but he'll be back tonight, and he'll be with us tomorrow at the show.
Oh, so Kim said it's Kim Fit Ass Haynes, actually. Fit Ass.
Fit Ass. Okay. Hey, Kim, my eyes are terrible. I'm staring at an iPad. I'm staring at two iPads right now, but...
She said, but my ass is P-H-A-T.
Kim Fit Ass Haynes. Okay. I like it.
I have BB Pro Neil. I'm going to come by and talk about MK677.
Oh, you're going to love that. You're going to love that. It's about time for me to crank my MK back up, too, because I like to stay lean for the summer, but once this wintertime comes, you're going to see bigger Drew, and that's definitely one of my formulas. Yeah, come by the booth. I could talk about MK forever, and a lot of times I'm hearing a lot of stuff about MK that's not true, and the reason why I'm hearing that is because people are ordering it from these research sites and blah, blah, blah. They could be sending you Tribulus. They could be sending you vitamin C. They could be sending you creatine tablets. You don't know what it is. So anybody who's taking real MK from Titan or real, even if it's not from Titan, real doctor prescribed MK, completely different. So yeah, come by the booth. We'll chat it up. I'll give you a t-shirt. And again, if anybody wants to bring some food, I'm always hungry. Bring some food by the booth. You get a free t-shirt. From now on, any event that I'm at, if you guys want to come by, bring me some food, I'll give you a free t-shirt. But just don't bring no junk. I like to keep it clean. Big Drew, Titan Medical, every week. Guys, make sure you tune into a YouTube channel. Hit the bell. Make sure you notify the videos like this. Make sure you guys check the podcast on your iPhone. If you have an Android phone, just Google search Titan Podcast. You can see all these shows. You can listen to all these shows. And that's pretty much it. I'll be right back next week. Again, tomorrow, Rosen Plaza, Florida State, Deke Warner, Titan Medical.